If you really struggle with creating seamless textile pattern designs in Photoshop, this video will surely help you. I'm going to show you a foolproof method that I have learned in the very beginning of my freelance career. Without a further ado, let's get started. Hey, welcome if you're new here. My name is Zainab. I'm a freelance textile pattern designer, and this channel is all about textile and surface pattern designs. Okay, so the first step is to have some sketches or painting or any artwork you want to use as your design elements. I'm using these elements that I had painted in my last video. To begin with, we are going to enhance the colors of our design elements or motif. To enhance the colors, we can use curve tools or level tools in Photoshop. Here I'm enhancing a little bit of whites, shadows, midtones and blacks of my painting. This is the before and after look of the design elements. After enhancing a little bit, the color looks more vibrant. I always keep a duplicate file before starting any design or any pattern. So the next step is to separate your design elements. We can simply use lasso tool or magic wand tool. Make a selection with the lasso tool and then just simply press Alt with the magic wand tool and minus the outside selection. It will create a precise selection around your design elements. Once we have our selection, we can simply go to select, modify and feather our selection to have smooth edges. In the minute areas that are hard to reach, we can simply erase them using a very small eraser brush. While scaling up your canvas, keep your resolution to 300 dpi. So next we are going to increase the canvas size. We are going to increase the canvas size according to our repeat file requirement. Here I am naming design elements that I have separated from the background. Pressing Ctrl+A, we can have a selection of our canvas, and to create our guidelines we can simply drag a guide from the ruler bar to the left and the right, and same as above and below. Using this method we can accurately place our guides in the center of any selected area. You can create a selection of an area using marquee tool or a lasso tool. I have converted my layers to smart objects before scaling up. This way they will be non-destructible or don't lose their quality. We are going to start by creating a shape to have a boundary box to set our design elements. This will allow us to have an area to start arranging our design elements in a repeat or textile pattern design. For me, arranging the elements is more of my intuition, but the trick here is to start with the 2 to 3 variations of your design elements to create a visual interest in your pattern design. And while creating these arrangements, we can simply cut and paste our design elements to add new elements. Here I'm going to create a new motif using my existing motifs. I am cutting and pasting one motif and attaching it with other, and enhancing the leaves color using the curve tools. Make sure to have a duplicate folder of your design elements before you proceed further. while creating your pattern. Make sure to have a backup folder of your design elements before you merge these arranged tiles. So here is our first tile, and we are going to make it seamless on the boundaries first. This arrangement into seamless repeat, we are going to select the marquee tool to make a selection of the right side of our boundary box from the center using our guidelines as a guide. After having a precise selection, we are going to just make a duplicate of this side, or else we can just press Alt and drag it to the left side of the canvas. You can also have a duplicate layer of a selection or a selected area simply pressing Ctrl+J. Make sure to zoom in while creating a selection to have a precise selection of your design elements. I have merged these elements after I have arranged into a tile. I also have a duplicate file of the merged elements before I have started to make it seamless. I'm doing the same process on the left side of the canvas and creating a selection. Once we have a selection, we can simply right click on our canvas and select the transform selection option if we want to have any changes in our selection. So our center row is now seamless and repeatable. After merging the center row, we are going to repeat the same process for above and below edge to make the pattern design seamless on the edges or boundary first. Once we have a precise selection, we can also copy by pressing Ctrl+C and paste it in the same spot by pressing Ctrl+Shift+V, and simply drag the selection on the opposite side of the canvas to make it seamless on the opposite edge. We are going to repeat this process one more time to make our upper edge seamless. We are going to repeat the process, and again we are going to create a selection using the marquee tool and making this selection as precise as possible by zooming in. Again, we are creating a copy by pressing Ctrl+C and pasting it in the same spot by pressing Ctrl+Shift+V. Make sure to press Shift before you drag your selection on the upper edge. Now we have made our edges seamless and repeatable. Next, we are going to fill the remaining gaps or areas in the center. The trick here is that we have to fill and cover just one space, and we can simply repeat that arrangement of elements on the remaining 3 gaps. To figure out this arrangement, first we have to create a duplicate folder of our design elements that we have arranged into first pattern tile that we have used to make our edges seamless. Have figured out this arrangement, we are simply going to duplicate and paste that arrangement on the remaining areas. Make sure to separate your design elements in another folder and create a backup file or a duplicate folder of these elements before merging and pasting in other gaps. So here is the arrangement of our center, and this is how our pattern looks. Next we are going to merge all layers after creating a duplicate of each file, and we are going to test it on a bigger canvas. I have defined this pattern by going to edit and then define and save my pattern design. Next we go to adjustment and select the pattern fill option, and we are going to select the pattern that we have just defined. So here is the final look of our seamless textile pattern design in Photoshop. By using the pattern fill option, we can simply adjust the scale of our pattern design. Next we are going to add a background color for our repeat pattern design, and then again we are going to define this pattern and we are going to test it on different mockups. You can see here that this design is seamless and repeatable. There are no seams or no gaps in here. Make sure to save your files frequently in between your design process. So we are going to test this mockup on a gown dress, and this is the mockup I have created a while ago. Using the pattern fill option, we are adjusting the scale a little bit. We can also change the background color of our design and see the variations with different background colors. Here is another mockup, and this is how it looks on it. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial. If you find it useful, please make sure to subscribe this channel. I hope you have learned something new. See you next time.